We're going to walk over here and I want to show you that there is a large piece of sheet metal that is completely collapsed. Now, one teen is dead following that shooting and 2 others are in the hospital still in critical condition. That group says these little free libraries having books thrown away from them is an attack they'd like to see stop because they say that's leading to censorship and that's something they don't want. Neighborhoods like this one could see an average property assessment increase of 22%. It's an increase the Polk County assessor says could be their highest one ever. There is debris on the ground and there are down power lines, so I'm going to step out of the frame. And Theo, if you can walk forward, go out to your car this morning. It's going to take a little extra time for you to get ready and head to work. That's because there is ice accumulation on the windshield, so it's going to take some time for you to scrape that off. Good morning, Sabrina. So the way that the president of Skate DSM wants to keep skateboarding on people's mind.
Local 5's Khalil Maycock spoke with a doctor about the impact on Iowa's hospitals.
They did put him on oxygen. They had an IV in him just in case he wasn't able to eat.
Nicole Stevens says this is what her now 9-week-old infant Shay Stevens looked like 2 weeks ago. He was hospitalized for respiratory syncytial virus, or RSV. Stevens says she didn't expect her then 7-week-old to be connected to tubes when she took him to the doctors.
Kind of a checkup on a cough that he had been having for about 5 days. And they checked him out and they immediately said, you know, I don't like how he's breathing, so we're going to actually send you right down to the blank ER.
The mom of 3 says her infant was hospitalized for 6 days.
It was a little overwhelming just because he's so small.
I had about 8 admissions yesterday and at least 6 of them had RSV.
Amy Ferguson is a doctor at Blank Children's Hospital, and she says RSV is something they're used to treating. But this year, she says the RSV season is odd.
Usually we will see that kind of what we say peak during our later winter months, so November to December. But we're actually seeing a lot of it this week already. Definitely will put a little bit of strain on bed situations.
Stevens says her son has been home for 2 weeks now and is doing better, but wants parents to know always trust your gut.
It's better to be safe than sorry. You know, if you have any concerns, then I think, you know, take them in.
And Khalil, did that doctor tell you what symptoms parents should watch out for their kid to see if their kid has RSV?
Yeah, so she said if your kid has like some congestion or is breathing a little slower than usual, you should go in and take them to get checked out. And she also says if you haven't gotten your child taken to the doctor to, get looked at, she says keep them hydrated. She says that way, if they do have a runny nose, it's easier to suction out. That's not. Stephanie, the aftermath of that accident was still visible earlier today with a hole on the side of the house, and the owner says it's scary to think about what could have happened had her family been outside. This is video of Mallory Clancy's house being hit Sunday night, and if you look at the edge of the screen, you'll see another car roll on its side.
I definitely was hesitant to put him on his playmat this morning.
Clancy says that's because on the other side of this hole, now here as a result of the accident, is where her 2-month-old usually lays. The homeowner says around 7 Sunday night, she heard a loud boom while in line at Dairy Queen, which is feet from the house. She immediately called her husband and he told her the home had been hit. Des Moines Police Department says a 17-year-old was traveling at a high rate of speed, ran a stop sign, and collided with another car at 54th in Douglas. Police say the other car had 2 adults in it and were taken to the hospital in a critical condition. Clancy says this accident put her on the edge.
It makes me nervous. They obviously took out the fence entirely. Damage to the house, we don't know how extensive it is.
The lawn is now littered with broken glass, car parts, and a bent-up stop sign. This is the second home hit by a car in the last few months, and the Des Moines Police Department says this is a sign to drivers to slow down.
Once you get your speed up there, it's a little more difficult to keep control of your car, particularly when you start looking at the road characteristics in a metropolitan area. They're not designed for high speeds.
Clancy says she is a little shaken up by Sunday's events, but is thankful her family wasn't injured.
Thank goodness we weren't all home and all in the living room, or outside playing.
Clancy says what's next includes cleaning up her yard and having the insurance company come out and assess the damage. DMPD says the 2 adults are still in the hospital in critical condition. Stephanie. That business owner says the recent news is something she has been preparing herself for, but hearing the words foreclosure and auction leaves her with a sense of uncertainty. Laura Johnson is busy picking up toys inside the Children's Museum, which she owns. It's one of the few businesses left at Valley West Mall. The shopping center was ordered into foreclosure Monday and is headed to auction.
It concerns us a little bit. It's just a little bit less stability, but we've had a really good experience here. We really like it here.
Johnson has operated a shop here since 2017. Back then, there were more people visiting the mall, but she says since it reopened after COVID-19 hit, there's been hardly anyone.
My heart goes out to them.
Catherine Harrington, president of the West Des Moines Chamber of Commerce, says the recent news is sad, but she says it's something that was expected. Developers have already been looking at the property and reached out to the chamber. Nothing is set in stone, but she hopes it could be an entertainment area or something that revitalizes the neighborhood.
It could use a new, fresh perspective, a new breath of fresh air, right? So, what that looks like may vary. We hope that we can create something that is a game changer.
Johnson says she wants whatever developer buys the mall to help bring it back to life and hopes shoppers still come out and support the remaining businesses, even with an auction looming.
If people want to see things in this area, then they should come in and, enjoy all the good businesses here.
That business owner just signed a 13-month lease, and she says if and when new owners come, she's hoping to sign more. In West Des Moines, Cleo Maycock, Local 5 News, we are Iowa.